Hey Facebook friends, Zach here, and this is going to be a quick video on how to overcome the biggest belief that we all have at some level: I'm not good enough. And I see this all the time. I coach people all the time, and the deepness of the layer, if I strip back the layer, I strip back 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 layers, it's like an onion, I strip it, and then at the core it's like I just don't feel good enough. That's why most people don't follow their dreams, because at some level you're like, why aren't you following your dreams? And they're like, oh, well, I've got all these things on, I don't really have the time. And all these things are an excuse to the real root cause of the problem. And the real root cause is, I don't feel like I'm enough for that. And I want to ask you a question. Have you ever put something off because deep down inside you didn't believe you were good enough for it? Do you sometimes don't live up to your true potential because at some level you're putting what's in your head and saying, I'm not good enough for that. I don't deserve that. And I want to ask you a question right now, because I always hear about it all the time. And this is the one key that most people are holding themselves back by. And I want you to just really give you a distinction right now that might change a few things in your mind. We're always trying to do things to become, now I'm worthy. If I make enough money now, will you love me now? Because I'm empty, will you love me? If I get in a relationship now, that person's going to fill the hole. That person's not going to fill a hole. If I go overseas, I won't feel pain anymore. And if I go overseas, the pain will go away. But if we just solve the problem, instantly it can change like that. Because I want you to really realize right now that you've already won. And how do you say that? I haven't really done anything, Zach. Like, how have I won? I haven't really started a business. I haven't done this. You've already won. And why I say that is because you're already enough. If you look at the scale of it, you already won 400 million to 1, and you show up. And you're telling me right now you won 400 million to 1 and you're not good enough? You were born good enough. You're born a miracle. If you really realize that, there's so much more you can give to this world. And all it takes is you getting out of your own head and giving love to people. Because the thing that I see, what makes massive change within people, is when you start loving yourself. I see so many people not doing it. Sometimes when I'm coaching someone, I feel so much pain in them. And it's just this constant battle with themselves, waking up every day, I can't do it, and they feel that pain. And I always get them to do a practice on it. I grab them and I take them in and tell them to look at themselves in the mirror. And when they look at themselves in the mirror, they're struggling to look at themselves, and I say, tell that person what you love about them. Tell yourself what you love about yourself. That's where the breakthrough will happen. If you can really look at yourself and really look at the positive parts of you right now, positive parts of you, because there is positive parts. I always say to people, I'll give you $10,000 right now if you can write 5 things that are negative about yourself. And everyone's like, oh yeah, and they write them down, just like that. Because they're focusing on the negative, right? Most people do. And they ask them the same question. I'll give you the same $10,000 if you write 5 good things about yourself. And guess what? They write 5 good things about themselves. That might take them a little bit longer, depends how much you're beating yourself up, but they end up doing it. And you see a distinction right now. If I take away the money, 2 options are both there. You can choose right now to focus on the negative, or you can choose to focus on the positive. But you've got to make it a ritual. You can't wake up one day and say, do you know what? I'm going to start loving myself. The last 5 years of my life, I've hated myself, but decide right now I'm going to love myself. Because you've got to do it into a ritual so it conditions a part of you. It's all about rituals. Rituals make you who you are. If you want to wake up every day and love yourself and have more confidence, you've got to speak that confidence every single day with a ritual. If you want to start loving yourself, you can't expect to not shower and not stink. You do showering every day and you don't stink. It's a ritual. Just like looking at yourself in the mirror and saying, hey, I love you. I love being me. I don't want to be anyone else in this world. I love being you, and really feeling that. Coming from a heart-centered place, building that love, sending that love. Because if you can give love to yourself, you don't need it from anyone else, because you already are love. You don't attract what you want, you attract what you are. People are always searching for love. I need love. I need love. Love yourself. I'm lonely. I don't know. Guess what? I can take you, and you feel like lonely. If you have some people around you, you won't feel lonely. I'll take you to a dome where there's 50,000 people and you'll still feel lonely. Loneliness doesn't have anything to do. If you love yourself, you can't ever be lonely. And we've got this condition from the past saying, if you love yourself, it's ego. You love yourself, that guy's arrogant. That girl's arrogant, loving yourself. And we've got that condition, if you love yourself, it's a bad thing. If you love yourself, it's the one thing that most people can't do. So if you can master that one area of your life, love yourself, self-accept yourself, and come from that loving place within yourself. You don't need the love from external, but people want to gravitate to you because you love yourself. That's what every single person is chasing. And if you can create a ritual every single day, it'll become part of you. So that's just a quick message right now. And honestly, if you can really realize you already won 400 million to 1, and you can start loving yourself, the I'm not good enough story will just go away. It will clear up because you're not focusing on, you're following your dreams. How many things in your life could you do right now if you got rid of that story? Really be creative about that, because you've got to shine your light. You can shine your light. You're unique in your own way, and if you really see that part of yourself, amazing things will happen. Magic will happen. I really believe in magic. Magic happens when you follow your truth. And if you follow your truth and you know it's there, what's the one thing you've always wanted to do? What did you wake up when you were younger saying, I wish I want to be this one day, but you didn't do it? You're disowning that part of yourself. Once you clear that part of yourself, you can evolve into that version of yourself. So this is just a quick message. Just always love yourself. Realize that you already are a winner, and have an amazing day. Boom.